Hey, this is Montana's Mike, and Montana is on the mic, episode 3. I want to thank you guys for listening, watching, because I'm shooting. The title of this podcast, episode 3, is America's Demise. Pray that devolution is real. If you guys don't know what devolution is, please Google it. It's basically a theory that everything is happening for a reason. All of this stuff is happening for a reason, and Biden does not have control over the military. And it's quite an interesting piece, and I hope it's true. I pray it's true because I've never seen anything like this in my life. What's happening? I mean, our dollar's going to be worth nothing. Now, we all know what happened in the last couple of days. I know we move, news flies so fast. I just want to play you a quick clip, and I'm probably not even going to let you listen to too long of it, but let's just take the beginning of it. This is Congress after Lewinsky spoke, okay? I'm just going to pick it back up again.
Including going to the Ukrainian-Polish border. I'm going to speak briefly because we have a lot of members who would like to talk today. I thought that the remarks by President Zelensky were...
Okay, what do you guys think about Lewinsky? Do you trust him? I stopped him because I can't do it. I'm not the guy that's going to play news stuff and then make fun of it or wreck it. It's like I don't believe anything on TV. I don't believe anything from big tech, big media. I don't follow anything. I still can't believe what's going on. And I can't believe that, it's very sad what's happened in Ukraine. It's very sad. I have friends in Ukraine that are literally writing me on Instagram that do have service in certain places, and they're writing me how bad it is. And I got people in Russia that are really good friends of mine as well that can't get food. So it's just a horrendous thing that's happening. That's why I'm praying that devolution is real. I have to keep on going back to it because I've never seen anything so insane in my life. I mean, what's happening with Biden, but nobody's questioning anything. No one's questioning everything that happened with Ukraine, with Hunter Biden and everything and all the money. And now we're sending them, trillions of dollars. But I mean, you just got back from, where were you again? Where did you get back from?
Powerful and passionate.
Okay.
Not just his words, but the images.
He was in the Poland border. That's where he was. Okay. Why don't he go to New York City? You know how many restaurants and businesses and all this stuff? I mean, I don't know where to start this podcast because I'm so completely burnt out. I mean, it took them an hour to send them $16 billion, but it took them 5 months. Republicans, Democrats, both of them, 5 months to send us $600, and then they just cut us off at our knees. They cut us off at our knees. If people aren't working like myself, we're hustling, we're working part-time, we're freelancing, and then they just cut us off, and then they made us I didn't take the shot, but they made people take the shot, otherwise they can't work, and they fired them. So they're really pissed off about what Lewinsky's going on in Ukraine. Okay, let's go through it all. Come on. Okay.
As usual, we know who Zelensky is.
Okay, how do you know who Zelensky is? First of all, he's an actor. I mean, I'm not going back and forth. I can't do this. But I'm upset what's happening in Ukraine. I'm upset what's going on. But you know something? It's like, what's going on in America? People still don't have their jobs back. They're downsizing some of the mandates, but why? Because the election is coming up in November? And who trusts the election in November? Do you trust anything? You really think that Biden got 80 million votes? I mean, I know I'm all over the place, but it's like, I don't know where to start this podcast today. You know what I mean? And I'm working everything. I'm doing everything by myself. I don't have anybody, working with me. I have no special guests right now because I just want to get the pacing down. And I'm heading back to New York City in the next 3 or 4 weeks. I'll probably be there in the middle of April. And every time I'm scheduled to go back there, I cancel it because I just feel like, do I really want to go back there? Because that's like the epic center of disgusting. And that's where I live. And it's sad that I got to go back. But they're upset what's happening in Ukraine. I'm upset what's happening in America, man. I'm upset. These people, these firemen, these cops, everyone, these healthcare workers. You know something? You guys don't know anything about me. I'm not a news guy, okay? I'm a filmmaker. I made a movie. I made a movie called Johnny Montana. Won a bunch of awards around the world. It took me 10 years to make. I wrote, directed, and starred in it. Johnny Montana. Shot in over 360 days in over 60 locations, won awards in 06, 07, and 08. I'm going to launch it on YouTube, and I'm even scary about that because they took it off Amazon Prime because I was banned from Amazon Prime because I was just, doing all, if you guys know my background, doing all my videos, crashing big tech, making fun of big tech, and they took it down. They took it down about 9 months ago. Now it's nowhere, but I don't think anybody really wants to watch a movie right now because I can't no one has an attention span to watch 92 minutes. But back to what I was saying about my background. So I'm not a news guy, and I don't tend to be a news guy, but I am a freedom fighter, and I'm disgusted by everything that's going on. So again, I keep going back to devolution. It's got to be. It's got to happen. Otherwise, I think we're doomed. America is completely doomed. Our dollar is going to be worth absolutely nothing. I mean, you're upset what's happening in Ukraine. I mean, we're all upset what's happening in Ukraine. But what about what's happening in America? What about what's happening? You know how many people, do you know how many people that I know personally, okay? And this is not a joke, that took this experimental, I'm not going to say what it is, and aren't here today. I mean, I'm talking to you guys straight out. That took this experimental, okay? I'm not going to say the word, and aren't here today. Do you know how many people that I know, especially now, where are we? Now, all the data was dropped in March. We're in the middle of March right now. I don't even know what date is. You ever just realize you don't even know what date is anymore? Because it's like, I feel like you wake up and it's like, if you're a hypersensitive person like myself and you can't separate everything and you're an empath and you're really disturbed about what's going on and you just can't block it off. Like people say, Johnny, why do you worry so much? Well, what's wrong with you? Why? It's okay. I mean, just shake it off. It's not easy to shake it off, man. It's just not easy just to say, okay, it's not easy. It's not easy. There are so many people that I know, and I'm not even anti-vax. It's just this vax. I said I wasn't going to say the word. I mean, my last podcast I put on YouTube, it lasted an hour and it was taken down, and I only get 10 views. So I don't know what. I mean, it's insane what's happening. But back to what I'm saying, where I was is you know how many people that I know that aren't here that took it, that literally took it, that died in their sleep? A lot of people. And you know how many people that I know now, being that all the data was dropped on March 1st, that are just having heart problems, we're all these other problems. And it's we're talking more about Ukraine, and I believe there was 600 to 700, I don't even know what the real numbers are, people that died there, and I know people there, and it's disgusting what's going on. But we lost how many thousands of people just from the data that's dropped on March 1st that happened, that they didn't want to release the data for 75 years. Just the data that was dropped, we lost so many people, and we're going to lose so many more. And we're going to lose so many more. So back to where I was, where I am, okay, what I've done. So I'm a filmmaker. I worked in TV and film. Guys, I haven't worked in 2 years. I'm in the Screen Actors Guild Union. They're pushing the booster. And now I believe, it's my next podcast, I believe if you do not take the booster, not even the shot, the booster, you can't go on the set. Now, this is what happened to all the greatest, most creative people in the world. So that's why I'm embarrassed to even tell you guys that I worked in TV and film, that I lived in LA, and I did comedy at the Mitzi Shore's Comedy Store, and I had my own show at Hustler, and people that may have known me know my background, Johnny Montana. I'm embarrassed to talk about it. Because I feel just like I'm embarrassed to watch hockey right now. I'm embarrassed to watch hockey. I'm embarrassed to say I work in TV and film. And I'm embarrassed that nobody stands up and says, hey, look at the data that's dropped. Look what's going on. Look what's happening, man. We gotta let go of these mandates, especially for the boosters, and let people get on the set and don't let them take this experimental shot. People aren't doing well. People are getting sick. People are having side effects. What do you have? Only have one Kyrie Irving in the world? I mean, this is what blows my mind. I'm not even going to go into what happened to him. He scored 60 points a couple of days ago. I don't know when this is going to be posted. And then he can't play in in Barclays Center, but yet he can hug everybody in the stands. I mean, it does. I mean, I'm not even going to do a Kyrie Irving bit right now because everybody's talking about. I'm talking about back to what I was saying about me, about my background, about who I am. I know you guys are just signing in for the first time. You don't know nothing about me. So I worked in TV and film. I made a great movie. It was taken off Amazon Prime. It's going to come up in YouTube. It's a great film. Check it out. I had a bunch of great people around me. Johnny Montana. Anyway, star in it. Love story. But I'm embarrassed to tell you guys what I've done. I'm embarrassed to watch hockey. I love the sport. I fell into hockey. I can't watch hockey. I still can't believe what happened in Canada, everything that happened in Ottawa, and there wasn't one professional hockey player there. There wasn't one hockey player there that was supporting these truckers, and that these truckers are the real heroes today. I mean, and it's like, and then look what happened there. I mean, Emergency Act was released, and boom, they threw the Ukrainian war right at us, guys. It's like, whoa, holy cow. So, I mean, I know I'm all over the place, but just follow me on this. But just follow me where I am. I'm from acting to the movie to throwing off Amazon Prime to why I can't watch hockey because there's not one hockey player sticking up for what's happening. Only one basketball player. And it's like, what is going on, guys? Is it me? Am I just too... But anyway... I'm not going to let Screen Actors Guild get away with it. I'm going to go after them. They're going to be on my next podcast. I'm so overwhelmed on what's happening with Ukraine and the world and everything. And I'm not even going to talk about Juicy Smollett that literally got walked out right now. But I know we're throwing so many digs out, you guys. But it's like, I feel like, what else is going to happen? Am I right, guys? Like, what else is going to happen? You're going to wake up and it's like, what else is going to happen? I mean, like, it's like, and then people are like, well, Johnny, you know, they're releasing the mandates, they're doing this, but what do you mean? There are people, firemen, cops, healthcare workers, people that I know that I believe in, I support. Myself, you know what gets me sick? Myself. I mean, you guys know my background, if you do or you don't. You know, fighting for the healthcare workers, fighting for the teachers, fighting for the cops, all these NYPD videos during, you know, everything that happened with the riots and all the stuff on my bike, the shots. And it's like, I just dropped the ball on my own thing, on my own stuff. I mean, like, I never won against Screen Actors Guild. I never won against, I'm embarrassed to not, all these Broadway people and all of these people in TV and film. I know you guys hate TV and film, and I agree with you because it doesn't, TV and film, when I say TV and film, I don't mean Hollywood. I mean people that work in TV and film, the grips, the crew, the good people. They just follow it up. They're too afraid to say, hey, I'm not taking this experimental shot. I know I keep talking about the Screen Actors Guild because I believe they're going to mandatory the boosters in a couple of days. I don't know, before it is probably right when this thing is posted. Who knows when it's going to be posted? But like I said, the news is constantly changing all the time. And it's just like, I can't believe it. I just can't believe it, you know? It's driving me a little bit insane. And that's what I have done. That's what I do. Like, I don't plan on doing a podcast here and like being, hey, I'm going to do a podcast on news. I want to do a podcast on all these interesting things. I want to do a podcast about everything about New York City. And I'm going to be doing that, but I can't breathe. I have a hard time breathing on what's going on. And you know what it is like when you went to school and you lived out in LA and I know you look younger than you really are, but you're a little bit older than you really look. And you were in LA and you worked for Mitzi Shore and you were around these people and you worked in TV and film and you had your SAG card 25 years ago and a lot of your friends are out there and maybe left now. And it's like, there's nobody that just sticks up and says, hey, there isn't a hockey player that sticks up. What about all the good lawyers? What about all the good doctors? There are a bunch of great doctors that do stand up, that are fighting this. There are a lot of people that are fighting this, but where are all the patriots that are saying, hey, enough? We're just spending, what are we sending these people? What are we sending them? $1 billion? Look at them all. They're all there. I can't.
Administration
Look.
been getting briefs.
Okay. Are you getting briefs on New York? Why don't you get briefs on New York? Nobody's, I mean, what's going to happen when people don't have their money for their rent in New York City? Everybody's like, oh, New York is back. It's not back. It's not back. If it was back, I would be there. It's not back until you rehire every single person, okay? And released all the mandates. Rehire every single person that lost their job. And like, whoa. And don't even ever think about giving out these experimental shots ever again. And that's not going to happen because the big pharma is controlled by big tech and they're all together. So it's like, where do you go from? I mean, what are we going to do? What I'm trying to say to you guys, what are we going to do? We have to stick up for what's going on and we have to fight back, man. Okay, how about this? Do you guys trust doctors and hospitals right now? Okay, this is a simple question. I don't care if you're vax, unvax, Republican, Democrat. Do you trust hospitals? Doctors? The media? Okay, that's 3. Hospitals, doctors, the media. Okay, do you trust the voting system? Okay, how about this? Who do you trust? Do you trust? Tell me who do you trust? I don't trust. It's sad. It's really sad to say. I do not trust anything. That's why I'm doing a podcast. I'm trying to find the truth, guys. I'm trying to find the truth here. This is why I'm here, okay? And like I said, I'm going to be going live in New York on the streets and talking to people. And right now I'm still, in Florida at a location, and I'm laying out all the background and working on everything on the pacing and learning about everything. I'm not computer savvy. I'm doing this on my own. And again, this is my 3rd episode. And I'm trying to find my way, but I just feel like it's like, am I the only one that's pissed off? Am I the only one breathing? I mean, it's like my girlfriend goes to sleep, and I put on hockey because I don't watch the news anymore, and I put on hockey late at night, like the NHL Tonight or NHL on a Fly, and she'll look at the TV when she wakes up and she'll be like, "You had hockey on last night?" I'm like, "Yeah, I had hockey on." She goes, "Why do you watch these guys?" And I feel like, I don't know. Sometimes you just want to watch background of like hockey plays with the scores and the updates because but then you think about like what's happening and nobody sticks up for what's going on and how people don't have their jobs because they stuck up and these truckers stuck up and everything else. And it's like, it makes me feel like, oh no, I cheated. And then you go and you eat a lot of junk food, you eat some cookies and you get soft and you get out of shape. And it's like, what are you supposed to do? So I feel like the real heroes have changed in our society today. I mean, the real heroes are changing, and it's like, it's like, what's going to happen from here? Are we going to be forced into a World War III? I mean, where are we getting all of this money? We just said $1 billion. Where are we getting this money? What's going to happen for the people in New York City, where the people in all of these cities that can't pay their rent? The moratorium, is it lifted? I think it is lifted, but by the time they get into court with all this stuff, what's going to happen? I mean, what's really going to happen? I mean, guys, we're sending money all over the place. We're disrupting all these foreign countries. That's what we have done in America. Like, I'm at the point where, okay, I'm just going to tell you guys something right now. Okay, and just think about this for a second. Okay, this virus, okay, was developed in a Wuhan lab, okay, in China, okay? Do you remember when we blamed everything on China? I'm not saying it's not fully China's fault, but the virus, okay, was created in a Wuhan lab in China, okay? But you know something else? The deep state and the globalists brought it to everyone here in America, all over the world, to fuck us all up, to knock out Trump, okay? To force vaccine, to have big tech and all of these big conglomerate people, okay? All of these big pharma people to make a comeback, because big pharma was getting their ass kicked before all this happened. So it was a China virus created in China, but it was launched by globalists, deep state. Look at me. This is the hardest part for you guys to understand. And that's why I have a hard time with these bioweapons that are in Ukraine. And I'm telling you right now, they're in Taiwan. I'm going to be honest, by the time this thing posts, I really believe so, we'll be talking about, Taiwan, because there's bioweapons in Taiwan as well. So Ukraine's going to be in the news for about what? We're in the news 3 weeks. I give it another week tops, and then we'll be in Taiwan. They don't want you to breathe. They don't want you to breathe and really like catch your breath. It's like non-stop being pushed down your throat. You follow what I'm saying? But I'm going to say it again. Okay. Moderna. Okay. They had a patent for this. Okay. I know this is probably going to be censored, but I'm just going to say it. Moderna had a patent for this virus. Okay. 4 years before the virus came out. I mean, it was launched by Deep State. I mean, this is why I'm titling this America's Demise, because it's like we're blaming all these other countries and it's Deep State people inside us. It's going to be insane to make a comeback from what's happening here, even if devolution is real, if Biden with a deep state doesn't have control over the military and it's real and we get out of this hole. Pray that happens, because I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I don't know what's going to happen what's going to happen next. It's just insane. Anyway, this is Montana's Mike, episode 3. I'm on the mic. I just want to tell you guys, thank you for tuning in, listening, watching. Again, I'm learning. I'm going my own pace. Have a little faith in me. I'm doing this on my own. No sponsors, no nothing. And I'm just, doing the best I can. And I want to appreciate you guys for all your support and listening. And this is Montana's Mike, and I'm on the mic, episode 3, episode 3, America's Demise, guys. And like I say, I pray devolution is real. And I pray we come out of this. I don't see how, okay? Love you guys. Thank you for listening.